This is Steve.
And this is Omar.
And we are Don't Believe in Ghosts, and you are watching Pets Get Rocked.
Hi, it's Terry Carr, and welcome to Pets Get Rocked Video Bites. This time hanging with a great new project. Don't Believe in Ghosts is a New York City-based band led by Steve Nathan, whose motto is, the music comes first. Power pop with great songs and original rock flair. Don't Believe in Ghosts has a killer fresh sound. Oh, and did we mention Steve is a crazy cat man? Well, he is. Pets Get Rocked Video Bites welcomes cat lover Steve Nathan from Don't Believe in Ghosts.
So tell me a little bit about the new project and how you guys kind of came together as a band, Stevie.
So I had another project for a while. I put it on hold. We had been on the road for like 3 years.
You May Know Man on Earth. That was the other project.
That was the other project. And, I just was feeling really creative, wanted to write a lot. And I locked myself away for about 4 months, wrote over 30 songs. And,
wow.
And just, releasing Don't Believe in Ghosts.
And you've been in the music business a long time. And I love that you're friends with someone who was in an iconic band that I just absolutely loved growing up.
Oh, well, Dr. Fink, he's Matt Fink. He plays in Prince and the Revolution.
Woo!
He played with Prince from 1979 to 1991.
I mean, the doctor that was in the band. It's incredible.
Well, what's actually really funny is that we've been friends for a couple of years. On an old record that I was doing, maybe in 2008, and I really wanted to get that vintage Prince keyboard sound. So and I'm just like, how I was just actually researching online the synths that he used, what he used to get the sound. I wasn't thinking anything more than that, and I just happened to come across his email. So I was like, you know what? You never know unless you ask.
You just reached out?
I just reached out to him and I said, hey, I got this track. I'm a huge fan. Your picture's been on my wall like since I was a little kid. I have the Purple Rain poster that came with the record that's on my wall framed, right? So I'm like, I just wrote him and I said, huge fan. I would love you to listen, and if you felt like doing, laying it on it. He asked us to hear the track. I sent him the track. He wrote back, I would love to do it. It's fantastic. I love it. It was amazing.
That's crazy.
But here's the best part. He goes like this. He goes, I just got back my keyboards that I used on the Purple Rain tour. And he's like, I just got back. I just got them fixed. The actual keyboards used on the Purple Rain tour. He's like,
Are on your track.
Are on the track. And I'm like, this is amazing. He then flew into New York for the album release party for that record. And we kind of hit it off, and we've worked together on stuff. And then so when I started working on this record, we talk all the time, and I had sent him over some tracks, and then he came to New York for a little while, and we worked together, and he played keyboards on this, and then he played at our first show for
Which
Don't
I
Believe
think
in
is
Ghosts.
incredible that he came out and played at the show.
It's amazing.
That's incredibly awesome.
It's also, though, not as incredible as walking out of your bedroom and seeing Dr. Fink in his underwear in the kitchen helping himself to your Keurig. And you're like, this is unbelievable.
Yeah, that's pretty unbelievable. All right, so let's talk about, I've known you a long time, and you've always been a cat guy. You're a guy who sort of is like the cat whisperer. You've always had this great connection.
Animals,
so tell me about your pets now. And you told me you're become a very sentimental guy when you're thinking about your pets.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I think that just comes with living and thinking about time passing and obsessing on time passing and seeing it in yourself.
And I always say their only detriment is that we never have them long enough.
You don't have them long enough, and some of the hardest times of my entire life are thinking back on pets that I lost. It's absolutely some of the hardest things that I ever had to deal with. So and I've just I've always been the guy that wanted pets, but I just recently got my girlfriend and I were looking for cats, and we happened to go to a kill shelter because we wanted to get them out of there.
Absolutely.
That's what we did. And that's it. And we'd look in a few, and there was nothing there, and then we went into it was actually a dog shelter, and they happened to have two cats sitting right there, and they were like, they couldn't be separated. They'd been together. One of them had gone somewhere else, and they literally just cried the whole time when they were separated.
Aww.
The sweetest things ever. So we took them home.
You sprung them.
We sprung them. We took them home, and I don't know what they'd seen before because they've been a little skittish in the beginning, but they're the sweetest things.
What are their names?
In the world, the sweetest things. Louis the 14th. And Cosmo.
Very nice, very nice. And we'll cut to some pictures of Louis the 14th and Cosmo.
Absolutely.
So how have having animals and being an animal lover, how has that enriched your life and art kind of as a musician?
Well, it made me a little more tired today because the cat was absolutely destroying my bedroom door last night trying to get in. And I'm like, what are you doing? I guess you kind of reflect yourself into your animals. You know what I mean? And so you're sensitivities and your view of the world, you look at and you put into your animals, and you want to protect them from everything that worries you, you know, and you want to make sure that they have the best possible life that they can, you know. So, you know, I think it's a great way to get to work with that side of yourself, you know.